Has someone in your life ever made you feel like you were the problem every single time? Like, no matter what you did, it was never enough. Like you were walking on eggshells in your own home, your own relationship, your own mind. If that sounds familiar, this video is for you. Today, we're talking about 7 tactics that narcissists genuinely cannot stand. Not to get revenge, not to win, but because you deserve to understand how to protect your peace and maybe, finally, breathe again. Welcome back, if you're new here. Today, I will talk about emotional healing, toxic relationship patterns, and how to reclaim yourself after manipulation. Now, before we start, I want you to know something. These tactics aren't about being cruel, they're about reclaiming your power. Because here's the truth. Narcissists don't just drain you emotionally, they systematically reshape how you see yourself. So let's change that. Let's get into it. Narcissists feed on your reaction, your tears, your anger, your explanations, your desperation to be understood. So what happens when you give them nothing? The gray rock method means becoming as dull and unresponsive as a gray rock. Short answers, no emotion, no engagement. The problem is, every time you react, fight back, cry, defend yourself, you hand them exactly what they want: fuel. The solution is simple but hard. When they push your buttons, respond with one-word answers. Okay, sure, I see. Don't explain, don't justify, don't engage. And I know how hard this is. Every part of you wants to scream, "Why won't you just listen to me?" But here's what I've learned. Trying to out-argue a narcissist is like trying to teach a fish to climb a tree. Save your energy. Save it for people who actually deserve it. Boundaries. We talk about them all the time, but with a narcissist, boundaries aren't just uncomfortable, they feel like a personal attack to them. The problem is, you probably grew up believing that loving someone means having no limits, that saying no is selfish. Narcissists count on that belief. They exploit it every single day. The solution is this. State your boundary once, clearly, calmly. Then enforce it with action, not more words. Don't say, "Please stop talking to me like that or I'm going to leave." Say instead, "I won't continue this conversation while you're yelling," and then actually leave. Boundaries aren't walls to keep people out, they're doors, and you control who gets in and how far. And the first time you actually hold a boundary with a narcissist and survive it, that moment will change you, I promise. Raise your hand if you've spent hours trying to logically explain your feelings to someone who just twists every word you say. That's called a jade trap. Justify, argue, defend, explain, and narcissists are masters at pulling you into it. The moment you start justifying or explaining yourself, you've entered their courtroom, and they're always the judge. The solution is to remember this. You are not required to explain yourself to someone who will never choose to understand you. I've made my decision. Full stop. That is a complete sentence. This one stings because we want to be understood. We want them to finally get it. But the truth is, they do get it. They just don't care. So stop wasting your words on someone who uses them against you. This next one is hard. Really hard. Especially when the narcissist is a parent, a co-parent, or someone you genuinely love. Narcissists count on your guilt, your loyalty, your hope that they'll change. They know you'll come back. And every time you do without consequence, the cycle gets worse. No contact means cutting all communication. Low contact means minimal, structured communication, only when absolutely necessary. If they send you a manipulative text, don't respond immediately. Let it set. Respond only to factual matters, never to bait. And please hear this. Going no contact doesn't mean you don't love them. Sometimes it means you love yourself enough to stop letting someone destroy you. That's not cold. That's survival. One of the first things a narcissist does is quietly cut you off from your friends and family. They make little comments, little digs. She doesn't really care about you. He's a bad influence. Until slowly, without even realizing it, you're alone. And who do you have left? Them. Isolation is their greatest weapon. An isolated person has no second opinion, no support, no reality check. So, rebuild. Call the friend you haven't spoken to in a year. Attend that family dinner. Join a support group. Online counts too. Coming back to people who genuinely love you after years of manipulation can feel overwhelming. You might even feel like you don't deserve it. You do. You always did. They just made you forget. Gaslighting. If you've experienced it, you know the feeling. You know something happened, you know what was said, but somehow, after enough conversations, you start to wonder if you're the one going crazy. Narcissists rewrite history constantly. They deny things they clearly said, they twist events, they make you doubt your own memory. So document, keep a journal, screenshot messages, note dates, times, and what was said, not to build a case, but to hold on to your own truth. When the voice in your head starts saying, maybe I imagined it, you can open that journal and say, no, I didn't. Your reality is real. Your memory is not broken, and no one gets to tell you what you experienced in your own life. And finally, the tactic that narcissists hate more than anything else: you becoming the best, most whole version of yourself. Narcissists chose you for a reason. You were empathetic, loving, maybe a little unsure of yourself. They saw something they could shape. After years with a narcissist, many of us forget who we were before them. We lose hobbies, we lose confidence, we lose the sound of our own voice in our own head. So, start doing one thing a day that is purely for you. Read, exercise, create, learn, reconnect with a dream you abandoned. Not to show them, not to make them jealous, but because you, yes, you, deserve a life that feels like yours. Healing from narcissistic abuse isn't linear. Some days you'll feel strong. Some days you'll miss them, even knowing what they did to you. And that doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. But every day you choose yourself, even a little bit, you take back what they stole. So, to recap, the 7 tactics narcissists hate the most are the gray rock method, setting firm boundaries, refusing to justify or explain yourself, going no contact or low contact, rebuilding your support system, documenting your reality, and radical self-investment. You don't have to do all of these at once. Pick one. Start there. And if this video helped you, please share it with someone who might need it, because sometimes the hardest part of healing is realizing you're not alone in what you've been through. I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself. You deserve it.